how to let the albatross around your neck supersize your business, or help you to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with actually some sort of penguin around my neck, because I don't have an albatross. I don't know about you, but do you have an extra albatross hanging around your house? No, I certainly don't. Thank goodness. This expression, albatross around your neck, actually became popular in 1798, probably before then, when the English poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge wrote the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. That means sailor, and a young sailor. It's a tale about a young sailor who is on a ship and he shoots an albatross. And back in the day, it was considered very unlucky to shoot an albatross when you were on a ship, apparently. And of course, as would be expected to happen in such a tale, all kinds of misfortune befell that ship. They had all kinds of trials and traumas, and the other sailors blamed the young sailor who had shot the albatross. So they took the albatross and they hung it around his neck, and they made him carry it around with him as a reminder of the difficulty that he had caused, as a reminder of the mistake that he had made, the thing that he had done wrong. And that phrase, an albatross around your neck, came to be known as a problem or a challenge or a mistake, a reminder of the mistake that you'd made, a very difficult situation or a very difficult burden that you had to carry that was, that you couldn't really get out of. Now, to me, what does this have to do with growing and supersizing our business? Well, a couple of things. Number one, we all make mistakes, especially when we're growing and building our businesses, right? We make mistakes. We choose to launch the wrong products. We hire the wrong people. We partner up with people that aren't the best for where we're going with our business. We go down the wrong road. We install the wrong systems. We use the wrong software. We buy our products from the wrong vendors. And we learn, hopefully, we learn from all of those mistakes. And along the way, we get better and better and better as we're creating the business that we want to create. But the biggest thing that we take from all of these mistakes and learning from all of these mistakes, assuming, of course, that we learn from them, is that we can help other people, our customers, avoid them. We can help them make sure that we solve problems for them so that they can avoid the mistakes that we've made along the way, growing and building and doing whatever it is that we do, because we all have different backgrounds. We all have different businesses that we're leading and launching and growing and supersizing. So, question, I love this. I actually love this because it's such a matter of perspective and the way we look at things. I look at things very differently now than I did, say, 20 years ago. Things that I would have considered a huge burden in the past, I live for. Now, I'm going to be open and I'm going to admit something. When I was a young mom, I was never a young mom. I was always an older mom. But when I was a mom raising my kids, I had to work. I had to work and get out of the house. And I think a lot of moms would think it's terrible to admit that, but I know that I was a better mother because I worked outside the home and I had my own businesses. And a lot of the mom stuff, I delegated because I wanted to have a business and I wanted to have a career and I wanted to do all these things personally, which people would consider as really selfish, but in my mind it was taking care of my kids because I was providing for them and providing for my family. So there's always a way to justify everything in our own mind, right? But now, and so some of those things felt like a burden back then, right? Because I had to do them. They were my responsibility and I had to do them. And now I hang out with my 4-year-old granddaughter and I do the same things more than I did for my kids, but it feels like a blessing. It doesn't feel like a burden. So that's an example of how our perspective changes, doing the same type things over time, but how we look at them changes. And I like to think that's how I've come to look at mistakes as well. Back in the day, I used to hide and be really embarrassed and afraid and sad and beat myself up when I made mistakes, when I made any kind of mistake, when I was wrong about anything, drove my ego nuts, right? But as I matured and got older and had more and more business experiences, which means more and more F-ups and mistakes, right? I learned that in each of those mistakes was a blessing and a lesson for me to learn. And I needed to switch the way I looked at mistakes and messing things up and see them for what they are. The power behind change and the stepping stones to move me faster and faster and faster toward what I want. Because sometimes if we're afraid to make mistakes, it will paralyze us and we won't take action. And if we don't take action, nothing happens. The fastest and one of the most powerful things about building and growing your business is your ability to make decisions and to take fast action and to autocorrect as you're going along the way. The companies that can make the fastest decisions and act quickly have the opportunities to take advantage of things that happen in the world, because we live in such a fast-paced, ever-changing world. If you hold back and wait to make decisions and think that everything is an albatross around your neck, you will not be agile enough to be successful in today's ever-changing global economy. So albatross around your neck, I would love to know if you feel like you currently have any albatrosses around your neck. Have you ever made a bad investment? Have you ever bought a course or a program or something that you never did anything with? I remember back when I first got into the Italian food business, the internet was just coming online, and I spent tens of thousands of dollars on a website that we never got. That was a huge albatross for a while, because we were just launching the business, and it wasn't tens of thousands of dollars we had to lose at the time. And I beat myself up for a long time about that mistake, but made me make better choices the next time when I was looking at an opportunity to invest in our business. But we do that, we go down the wrong road. So I would love to know if you have any albatrosses that you're still carrying around your neck, any burdens that you still have, or what you think of this expression. I personally have never heard or used the expression. I've heard it, I'm sure I've heard of it, but I've never used the expression albatross around my neck. I just say, hey, it's a burden, or this is a pain in my you-know-what, in my keister. Go out, have an absolutely amazing day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. If there is an idiom you would like me to research and find out the history of and tie it into how it might help you to grow and build and supersize your business, share that in the comments below as well. Otherwise, have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.